it's me.
I'm the problem, it's me.
At tea time,
At
everybody
tea
agrees.
time, everybody agrees.
Do you want me to do the next line or?
No.
Black hood. We're called the Red Circle. Each day we're coming for you. We will find you. Find you. We will hunt you. Hunt you. We will land you.
Archie is going door to door around the town of Riverdale, asking for residents to vote Fred Andrews, hot on the campaign trail leading up to a big mayoral debate between Hermione and Freddie.
And he's taking this opportunity to start sussing out who is the Black Hood.
He's looking at every person's like eye color.
And in case we were like confused about what he was doing, the show keeps cutting back to that one digitally altered, super green-eyed picture of the video of the Black Hood.
It's not super fruitful though. Unfortunate for Mr. Archie Kens. Nobody has those dazzling green peepers.
Following Midge's death, right? We had like an episode to like mourn her, and now we're on the vengeance justice arc.
Yeah.
Hiram is very much like, so you want to make your bones with me, right, son? I'm gonna need you to reform your dark circle because everybody loves your dark circle and they'll listen to your dark circle.
Archie has to reform his dark circle after taking instruction from Daddy. So he goes to the locker room.
Guys,
Bulldogs.
We're reforming the dark circle. And Moose is like, guys, I haven't been saying this. Midge and I had a fight the night of the performance because she was sleeping with a serpent.
And Reggie kicks a bench in the middle of the room and like
because he
flips
has
out.
What stakes in this?
Prejudice against the serpents. Classism. ? The dark circle is reformed.
Mm-hmm.
And even Kevin is in on the like.
Kevin is very gung-ho about this. I think it's because his dad had to step down. There's a new sheriff in town, literally, and his name is Sheriff Minetta, and he is kind of hot. Hiram got Sheriff Minetta.
Reggie kind of leads a brigade of these bulldogs over to the serpents classroom. Reggie starts calling out each of the men, being like,
he's
I
like,
bet it was you.
I know it was you. And Sweepy's like, I don't even know. I didn't even really know Midge that much.
Yeah,
Diva.
yeah. They start swinging at each other. Archie and Juggy break everybody up.
And it's really, really, really homoerotic. Like they're like on two sides. They're like, when you're a jet, you're a jet.
They're giving Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand. Oh, Jughead, Romeo, Archie, Juliet.
There's no other way.
There's no other way. I think Betty is the one that weds them. Yeah.
She is giving them. Who's Cheryl? You know what? Cheryl is the gay one.
Cheryl's Mercutio.
Mercutio.
Tony's Benvolio. Reggie is Tybalt.
Reggie is Tybalt.
Meanwhile,
Betty is like, since the end of last episode, I've been feeling like my dad might be the Black Hood. And so she goes to the only person she can think of who would have an experience
understanding
of like her father being a villain.
Cheryl.
No,
Cheryl. Betty pulls Cheryl for a chat at school to be like, I think my dad is the Black Hood. Cheryl's taken aback at first. She's like, I've seen Hal creep around Thistle House with me mama. He has no like prowess in the sneaking arts.
She says he has all the stealth of the Marshmallow Man.
Yeah. Stay Puff at that. Betty is telling Cheryl, no, I genuinely do think this could be the case. Cheryl, what do you think I should do from here on out if I do have those genuine concerns? And Cheryl's like, well, Diva, I would say you need either a direct confession recorded on tape or
hard evidence,
undisputable evidence. That's just like, ideally both of those things. Like, you really have to be locked in for this. Let me know if I can help, my diva cousin. Betty, in an effort to maybe keep closer tabs on Hal, Betty suggests that Alice and her go back to work at the register, keeping like an eye on him while he's not at home. Betty is gonna snoop around a little. She's like, no, Hal, Alice, you go home.
Pulls out her trusty bobby pin.
And unlocks a little drawer, is scanning Hal's planner and going through all of the dates where a Black Hood attack happened to see where Hal was.
He's on a business trip for Miss Grundy.
Yeah.
He's working late when Midge and Moose are attacked.
Has an early meeting when Fred is shot.
So she's like,
She calls up Cheryl Cheryl is there with Betty talking through all of these discoveries.
Yes.
And suddenly there's a little ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ling-ding. It's Dr. Curdle with a call for Alice, but he mistakes Betty's voice and just
Somehow.
somehow, and starts talking to Mrs. Cooper about a fresh corpse found off the side of the highway.
Unidentified 20-something-year-old man. And Betty's like, ding, ding, ding. That could be Chick.
We got to go to the morgue, Cheryl, and try to see if I did, in fact, accessory murder my brother.
Mhm.
Well,
Not my
my
brother.
stranger.
Some random con man.
Some random con
who
man.
killed my brother. I get there, and Dr. Curdle is like, here he is. It's not Chick.
Not Chick at all. So a win, but
not for
Betty does crash out.
Yeah.
Cheryl's like, "Why are you crying, Betty? It wasn't even Chick." And Betty's like, "Well, it could have been Cheryl.
Yeah.
I still feel like he could have a bullet in his forehead right now," which is a lot to say to Cheryl.
Because Cheryl knows what that looks like.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
But Cheryl basically is like, "Hey, Diva, even if Chick is dead right now, that was because of a psycho killer. Not you."
And then she also gives some really bad advice. And she's like, I think you should talk to your father and tell him that you think he's the Black Hood.
Try to confront him
That's
a little
crazy.
bit. Yeah. Betty still really fueled by her guilt over having even wanted to put Chick up to the Black Hood. She does go to family dinner.
She does.
And basically starts laying out convo of like, if my dad is the Black Hood, I'm giving him signs to latch onto where he could reveal himself. If he's not the Black Hood, I'm just kind of being like normal level, guilt-ridden, crazy about this entire situation. And she's talking about the fact that she did, in fact, turn over Chick to the Black Hood.
And that she had been getting calls from the Black Hood the whole time.
And Betty is like, I feel like I'm connected to him in some way. This darkness inside of me. Hal peeps up.
And he holds Betty's hand and he's like, the darkness. I have it inside
feel
me
it too. Girl.
So it's not giving, hey, I'm the Black Hood, but it's also not giving, hey, I'm not the Black Hood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It does inspire Betty enough to keep the sleuthing going. She calls Cheryl.
She's painting her nails during that. She's
Yeah.
like, did you get a confession out of him or what? Like,
He specifically mentioned the time where he wasn't living at home. So I went through his credit card records of that period of time and have noticed some really interesting charges, including a continued payment to a share B&B.
the one that we knew he was staying at, but why is he still paying for it if he's living at home again?
And Cheryl goes, is it his serial killer den?
So remember when Reggie came in and it was like, I know one of you guys was screwing Midge Clump. Well,
Turns out
it was Fangs.
Turns out Fangs was actually screwing Midge Clump. He goes to Jughead to kind of confess and be like, Jones, what the hell do I do, Loca? Like,
you have video evidence of me and Midge in the same room the night that she was murdered.
Jughead is like, oh, nar, I actually gave over that footage to Sheriff Keller, and now Sheriff Minetta has it.
Yes.
And remember, Minetta is a Hiram appointment. So if they find any incriminating footage against Serpents, they're only gonna like latch onto that, use that for their political narrative against the South Side. There's also a whole through line of this where people are in the public imagination using Midge's death as separate from Black Hood attacks, like it's two individual things.
Yeah, because in their minds, it's still a copycat killer.
Juggy is nervy about the Fangs' indiscretion with Midge.
And he tells FP about it.
Yeah.
And is like, hey, father mine. And FP's like, God damn it.
Jughead, following the FP conversation, also talks with Archie about it and is like, hey, girl, just wanted to confirm. In fact, one of my serpents did sleep with Midge, but I'm not telling you who it is. I can confirm that he in no way murdered Midge.
Yeah.
So, like, call off your bulldogs.
Yeah, and you're still looking for a middle-aged white man with green eyes, right? That's
yeah,
how he says it.
That's the Black Hood, right?
And then Archie's like, yeah, Diva, we're chill, I guess.
We're on the same team. Archie and Juggy go to Sheriff Minetta together to kind of be like, hey, do y'all have that video footage? Like, what if we took a look-see-loo at that? While Jarchie is at the sheriff's station, Hiram is also there to be like, Archie, why are you being freakazoidal about this? Why are you with the dirty, dirty serpent muckraker?
Hiram was like, oh, by the way, the 5 families have sent their youngest sons to like court Veronica.
Yeah.
And Veronica's having a meeting with one of them that she liked, named Elio, at Pouts, and so I need you to be there and protect her. And Archie's like, of course, I'll be there.
Elio. Veronica really likes Elio because he has a plan for a casino opening in Riverdale that's on the up and up and is all above board. And Archie is there talking with Elio.
Elio tell Archie that Small Fry, Papa Poutine's son, is out to get him because he thinks that Archie is the one that killed Papa Poutine.
Yeah, everybody in the mob world thinks that Archie already made his bones with Hiram
and
by murdering Papa Poutine.
Killed Papa Poutine, and Small Fry is after him.
Jughead's entering Riverdale High. Tony runs up to him and is like, Jones, the video leaked on the Register's website. Somehow it got out of the sheriff's office, and the video of Fangs with Midge the night of the performance is like being blown up around town. Everybody is like, OMG, Fangs was seen with Midge. He must have done it.
It's crazy work, really.
It's crazy work. The only kind of reason that there's any credence to it is because he was lying. Sheriff Keller had interviewed Fangs to be like, do you know this person? And he was like, no, I don't know Midge. So there's like potential secret motive of like they were sleeping together. Low-key.
At best, that's a crime of passion. And a crime of passion is not crucifying somebody brutally
and
for a school play.
Putting them on stage. But everybody is on his case. Reggie is running through the halls of Riverdale High, like screaming for Fangs' head.
Yeah, he's like, you're a dead man.
Sheriff Minetta stops their path, and Fangs is like, I didn't do it. And as he's like flailing around, a switchblade falls out of his jacket.
And so they're like, oh, yes, a switchblade. That would be enough to lift her up, crucify her, and get her with a bunch of other different knives. Like, I'm sorry, these people are not thinking.
But anyway, Sheriff Minetta fully like body slams Fangs into the floor and is like handcuffing him in school.
And I'm needing this. I'm sorry.
Fangs is now in custody.
So here's the deal. Archie walks into his house.
Yes.
And he's like, Father, Daddy. And Fred, that's not what he sounds like at all. And Fred is like sitting at the kitchen table looking very worried. And he shows he got a letter from the Black Hood slipped under the door that says, "You're next, sinner."
You're next, sinner. Fred and Archie do the smart thing and immediately call the police.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, Hiram, Hermione, and Ronnie also descend on the Andrews house. They're all having a little meeting of like, okay, seems like the Black Hood is directly threatening Fred.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do we call off the mayoral debate that's supposed to be happening? Fred is like, get extra security. I don't want to like kowtow to the Black Hood. Like, we need to show strength in this moment. And Hermione's like, I mean, if you're down, Fred, we're down. Like, we're game. So they plan to just really boost security at the mayoral debate, but it's still giving Archie trauma response. And he's back in his staying up all night with a baseball bat, protecting the Andrews house, quote unquote. Fred goes up to Archie and is like, hey, I think we need to finally have a way overdue chat about your psychic damage. Archie is basically like, it's just, what if the Black Hood slips by the deputy? What if he falls asleep and the Black Hood has a way in? I just feel so helpless. Fred interjects and goes, except when you're working for Hiram and you have a direct mission and somebody that's telling you there's an action to be taken and a thing to do and like you're back in control. Is that right, son? And Archie's like, Dad.
And so they finally have a breakthrough.
And now Archie is like, okay, wait. Maybe the Dark Circle and Hiram's bidding isn't what is gonna make my dad safe.
And this is even further proven. Jughead is calling him.
And being like, what the fuck, Archie? The Dark Circle trashed the White Worm last night.
It slashed all of our tires, blew up a dumpster.
Turns out, while Archie was going through all of this emotional turmoil with his dad, Reggie was leading the Dark Circle against the Serpents, quote unquote, in celebration of Fangs' arrest.
Like, what? And so Archie confronts them and he's like, you motherfuckers, what celebration for what? Like, what the fuck is up with you?
Yeah.
And Reggie's like, well, you're not the one that's paying us to do this shit.
It's Hiram.
So
turns out Hiram had been directly paying all the other members of the Dark Circle to be involved and do his political bidding. And Archie's like, dude, we cut over to the jail. Sheriff Mineta is grilling this teenage boy.
Yeah, he's like, "Why'd you kill her?
Why'd you kill her?" Attorney McCoy and Juggy rush in to like stop this interrogation, and they have a little chat with Fangs while he's behind bars in his holding cell.
And holding the bars and looking super
just doe-eyed and ready.
And
Sierra, Attorney McCoy, is like, hey, dude, you need to just absolutely plead the fifth. They can only hold you for 24 hours if they don't charge you with anything. So we're just going to wait this out. Speaking of Attorney McCoy, Ronnie also consults her about the legality of a casino in Riverdale.
Yeah, and then Ronnie does tell Hiram, hey, I found a way to do the casino. And
Hiram's like,
okay, I don't care.
Girl, it's the day of the mayoral debate. Maybe we don't do this right now, mija.
And then we get the fruits of Betty and Cheryl's Airbnb break-in.
Yes.
Where Betty is not using a bobby pin. She's using an actual, like, lockpick.
Yeah, they're breaking in.
And they break into the Airbnb. They're both wearing matching, like, red trench coats, which is very pretty colors.
Very
once
thus.
Again.
And Cheryl finds a Nancy Drew children's book. And
but not just any Nancy Drew children's book.
The Decoder Encryption Edition. This is the exact encryption that the Black Hood used. An encryption that he knew only I could decode because I'm Nancy Drew. It's really starting to look like, OMG, this is evidence that my dad wrote the cipher letters and is the Black Hood.
And so she even confronts him about that.
Yeah, she brings the book home and is like, Daddykins, what if I told you you're the Black Hood? Wha-bam! Nancy Drew book.
And he's like, I got a copy of that book online and I printed it for you as a early birthday present.
It's like, that's the worst lie I've ever heard.
The fuck? The time has finally come.
The time has finally come for the mayoral debate. It's Fred Andrews versus Hermione Lodge, and Alice is moderating.
Why? She's the least moderate person in the world.
And Hermione's like, low key, we appointed Sheriff Mineta, and in the first 24 hours of his job, he already found Midge Clump's murderer. And the town cheers. Everybody's in the audience. Fred is like, so this is actually a minor. We don't know if he's been convicted or charged of anything yet. No trial has happened. Maybe we take a break and don't call for blood of an innocent teenager just because he's a serpent. What does that mean for us as a town? And the town boos. They're all like, no, we need blood.
And then Hermione's like, Fred, it's actually funny that you say you don't want, call for anybody's blood because, well, have you heard of a little thing called the Dark Circle? And Fred's like, what?
No.
And she's like, well, let me enlighten you. It's a terrorist organization.
Vigilante group.
Founded by
your son.
And Archie's like, now what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's not even me now. Like,
yeah,
girl.
But Reggie's giggling in the audience.
Yeah,
like, that's us. That's us. But they don't really have time to bounce back or address this at all. Ronnie sees a figure up in the rafters of the spotlights in the town hall. And it's giving very I Know What You Did Last Summer Slicker Man at the beauty pageant, where Sarah Michelle looks up and sees Freddie Prinze is getting attacked. No, Ryan Felipe at that. And but much better than Sarah Michelle, Ronnie Lodge points and she is heard. She goes.
I feel like I looked at you like you had cabbage growing out of your ears and it wasn't even that crazy. And she goes, it's the Black Hood.
And it is. There's a person in a black hood just absolutely opening fire on the crowd.
And luckily nobody is hurt.
Everybody's ducking for cover. Betty is scanning the audience being like, so is it my dad? And it's not. She is ducking for cover with Hal.
With Hal. So it's like, well, what the fuck?
We cut to the debrief of this where Hermione is absolutely shooken up.
Oh my God, of course, because she was literally just shot at.
And so Ronnie is like, hey, Mom, you do realize you don't have to stay in this race. Like, maybe you take a step back. Like, that's totally fair. You seem really shaken up. Hiram is like, absolutely not, Mija. We've worked way too hard on our plans for this town to give up now.
And another thing that has been coming for so fucking long. Ronnie looks at him and she's like, your plans, your decisions. It's never about either of us. You don't give a shit about if
You're putting
she's
her
hurt,
life on
if
the
I'm
line.
hurt. And she's like, you know what? I'm fucking done, Daddy. And
Yeah.
she leaves.
And she leaves. Finally.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Ronnie redemption arc. Fucking finally.
She goes directly over to the Andrews house and she says, I'm so sorry, Fred. I'm in full support of your mayoral campaign from here on out. I can't in good conscience follow my parents anymore.
And so they invite her inside the Andrews house. And, well, somebody else invites her inside, too.
Ronnie gets lured into Archie's room, and she just starts taking off her pea coat. It's a full lingerie set underneath. Ooh, Ronica.
No pearls to be seen.
No pearls to be seen. They're macking it.
We see another shirtless Archie.
We haven't had a Varchie sex scene in a while.
We were saying we haven't really had a sex scene in a while. Like, low-key, it's been business.
Yeah, it's been like we have things to talk about.
Yeah.
But we take like a 4 to 5 minute sex break in this episode.
It's not that long.
It felt long. We get to the Cooper house, and Betty is looking at the black hood that she kept from the creepy house way back when she had to put it on and be like,
we are the same.
We are the same. She calls up Hal and she's like, I think we need to finish the conversation that we started earlier. Back at the place where it all began, my speech at town hall. Do you understand? And Hal goes,
of course.
And Betty goes, we need to finish this together, as it's meant to be. Ooh. We're cutting back over to Varchie, the opposite of death. They're post-coital, and Juggy is calling Archie in tears almost.
Yeah.
He's outside of the sheriff's station where a massive protest and counter-protest have popped up about the release of Fangs, because that 24-hour deadline is coming up. And the sheriff has to let him go or charge him.
So he's about to be released, and Jughead's like, you need to get here now. Right before this, we had gotten a little scene. FP had brought Joaquin back. Now, you remember Joaquin? He helped FP get rid of Jason's body.
Yeah.
Him and Kevin were in a gay relationship. He left on a bus. Oh, he's back. And he's back. And he's going to take Fangs to San Junipero, where he has a place, and they're definitely going to fuck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's happening.
Like rabbits.
But
Juggy is like, okay, that whole plan with Joaquin sounds good. But before we do that, we need to get Fangs safely out of jail. Like, this mob is about to dismember him. So Archie has been called in to come help Juggy outside the sheriff's station. Betty is at the town hall with her gun.
With her gun. Technically Jennifer Gibson's gun.
That
she keeps, that nobody has taken from her, and she keeps wielding.
Yeah.
Like Diva. She's got like a bunch of stuff like laid out like precisely in the town hall.
Murder memorabilia stuff.
Mm-hmm. And so she's waiting for Su Papa.
We go back to the jail now on the inside, where Juggy, Tony, Sweet Pea, a smattering of serpents, they're all trying to console Fangs. He's like, I don't want to die. Jughead is like, it's okay. We're in this together. Serpents united will not be divided.
And when I tell you full body chills.
Outside of this, Reggie has visited Hiram. And Hiram is machinationing, basically telling Reggie, yeah, turns out that Fangs guy is going to get released today, but there's nothing we can do about it. Except take matters into our own hands, of course. So basically, Reggie is on the way with a gun
to kill Fangs. Like, not just like beat him up or something, like actually kill Fangs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Archie is convening there as well upon Juggy's call.
He sees Reggie with the gun and he's like, oh, fuck.
So he starts trying to like run through the massive mob of people outside that are all chanting. The jail doors open up. And the serpents in a little mass try to protect Fangs walking through this massive crowd. Sheriff Minetta, you absolute whore. You could have held Fangs, not in a cell, but like in the office.
You could have helped any of this.
You could
no,
have like,
his ass does not give a shit.
No, because of course he's in Hiram's pocket.
Reggie's on a path. Archie's on a path. Archie tackles Reggie.
The serpents kind of look back to be like, whoa, what the hell was that?
We hear a shot.
The crowd kind of opens up a little bit, and Fangs has been shot.
They're like, get help,
Get
help.
out! Jughead is literally screaming his head off.
Crying.
Like, Archie did successfully tackle Reggie onto the ground, but it kind of looks like Reggie was holding the gun in a way that maybe as they went down,
it shot.
it shot.
But Reggie has a look on his face, and I do want to point this out, where he's like, oh my God, what have I done?
Yeah, I shot that boy.
Like, I shot him. We close the episode with Betty in the town hall, and she hears a knock at the door, and we switch over to Thistle House.
It wasn't Betty that was receiving that knock from the Black Hood.
It was Cheryl.
Cheryl opens the door, and the Black Hood is standing there. She lets out one of her infamous screams.
And we cut to black.
And we cut to black. Low-key, boring episode with epic last 5 minutes.
Yeah, last 5 minutes were so good. The rest of it, I was kind of like, okay, whatever. Like, random characters to be featured the most, but like, go off, divas.
Go off, divas. And then the Black Hood, of course, is fully here to stay. Look at us.
I did that so weird.
I liked it.
I hope that
what
was
about you?
captured enough how like weird I did that.